Let's turn to Tanner Charles Schaaf, joining us from the Pacific Coast west of Los Angeles. He's a professional storm chaser and a survivor of the LA wildfires. Thank you for joining us. First of all, tell us about your experience there at the fires and what you endured.
Yeah, thank you for having me. So I'm originally from Minnesota. I had friends that were in the Palisade area. And so once the fires broke out, I went out there to go document from originally from a safe distance. And so my plan of attack was to get on the east side. The winds were going directly west at the time. And so being on the east side of the fire was the best position because it slowly comes over because the winds are literally going the opposite direction. And so as I was going up there, met up with my friend Orly, who was in the midst of evacuating. And so he joined me just to observe on top after he got after he packed up his home and everything. And as the flames got closer, I was like, hey man, let's go down and let's just fireproof your house before things get really bad. And so we went down there, start fireproofing his house, like watering the vegetation, putting water on the home, taking anything flammable that was, on the deck or anything else and putting it inside. I encouraged him to we had time still. And so I was like, hey man, if you did you get everything you needed? Did you get, Social Security, whatever you need, And so, so I had a hose in the front, he had a hose in the back. The wind started shifting from the west to southwest, almost south. And so once that happened, I knew we were in trouble. And so embers started flying down, and they started catching fire to certain things. And so I was, kind of putting them out, and I knew it was only a matter of time where we really needed to leave. We did all that we could. So we met up in the middle, in the middle of his house, just to discuss. We were thinking hey, we probably should go soon. And so as we were kind of discussing this, we looked out and we saw that his backyard just got completely engulfed in flames, or the tree that just went up in flames. And so we went out there and he tried to kind of get the hose, and I was like, hey bro, we gotta go, bro. It's not safe anymore. This is it. We gotta get out of here. And then we left.
Wow. Look, Tanner, in your view, you've been chasing disasters for over 16 years now. What's different about this one?
Yeah, this one was just, so I've been around some fires in the past, but nothing close to this. And I don't claim to have any formal training, which is going to change after this. I do have a lot of wisdom and knowledge from people who do this professionally, which came in handy for when I was documenting this. But being that close, it's hard to describe. You hear explosions in the distance of homes that are completely on fire, and with their propane tanks exploding. It's literally bombs going off in the neighborhood. And then you have the sparks coming out, the thick black smoke. The wind is howling. When that tree went up in the backyard, the sound it made was indescribable. It was really loud, and the crackles were crazy. And so we had a lot of escape routes to our south, though, and that was really critical for why we stayed as long as we did. I knew there were so many roads we could go down, and neighborhood roads we can go down to get away from the fire. And so when it was time to go, it was time to go.
I get it, Tanner. Now, well, you've lived through this. What are your plans now in the days ahead?
Yeah, that's a good question. I decided to stay in Los Angeles a few more days, maybe even another week, I don't know. But I plan to actually volunteer and help with the cleanup, or just help with family and people in need, going to rescue centers that are set up by the refugee centers that are set up by the American Cross. And then there's also other places that are donating items and that kind of thing. And we need volunteers out here. We need people to come along and just to help even distribute things, or be in charge of this or that or the other thing. And so I've posted a few things on my social media so where people can go and help, and where people can get help as well. And I'm just want to stick around and see how much I can help out with.
Tanner Charles Schaaf, thank you for sharing your story with us.